Traditionally, China was synced as a export-led economy. In the past 20 years, where Chinese exports reached as high as 35% of the GDP in the year 2000s. But in recent years, Chinese exports has dropped to about 20%, so 1/5 of the GDP, and more of the Chinese economy is driven by domestic demand and consumption. People sometimes think that China has a low consumption, but I want to offer you some of the different perspective. That if you look at the Chinese consumption on protein, on vegetables, on meat, Chinese residents on per capita basis is actually consuming more of those compared to Japan and Korea. But why is Chinese consumption only at 50% of the Chinese GDP? One of the reasons we think is because of the price competitiveness and the innovation and the massive production in China. The Chinese market used to compete on cost, right? China can produce at a lower cost compared to other regions. But we think right now China is starting to compete on innovation as well. When DeepSeek was released earlier this year, people think, oh, Chinese AI is as good as US AI. But from our perspective, there are different moments, different examples of these DeepSeek moments in different areas of Chinese industry. For example, China is selling more than 60% of the EV cars in the world. China is approving over 40% of the innovative drug patents in the world. China is producing over 90% of the solar panels of the world. So Chinese manufacturing, Chinese industry is innovating in different fronts and is driving the Chinese economy forward. China has a track record of completing over 90% of the 5-year plan targets. The focus of the 5-year plan is going to be technology and consumption. We expect to see more and more focus on the demand side as well, meaning to put more focus on the social welfare, on the pension support, on the medical support. That is the key policies that we think will meaningfully drive up the domestic consumption in China. China currently is the top 3 trading partners for over 150 countries in the world. So China trades more with the rest of the world and is benefiting the most from the globalization. And in terms of the trading with different parts of the world, actually, China is starting to trade more with the emerging markets, with the frontier markets compared to the developed markets. Asian countries has become China's top trading partner since 2023 and has overtaken Europe and US. On the other side, not only on trading, but on the digital economy side, actually, Chinese digital economy revenue has outpaced the traditional economy for the past 2 years. China has one of the best infrastructure in terms of electricity, which we all know is the fundamental support for AI. So we think China is, in the next 5 years, China is going to be trading more with the globe, and particularly with the global south. And we think in the next 5 years, China is going to develop more in terms of the AI capability. China is going to be, well, the center of the new global economy driving the growth.